Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, it is very good for you to come here to join today's SGD. I can still remember about 1 year ago, I was one of the instructors of slide design SGD, and then I got kicked off, and the officers team then asked me to share the idea about prepare speech, which is what Joey and Jason did this semester. So I got kicked out, and then Jack came here to hosting this SG. But I like slide design more, and I kept asking the officers team for more than 1.5 years to say, I want to going back to teach this, not the prepare speech. I'm not good at preparing speech. I'm good at slide design. Please let me go back to this. But the officers team, including Joey, Claire, and Emma, doesn't listen to me anymore. So, so this year I heard that I was also being kicked out from the prepare speech team. I'm very glad to hear that. So I told Jack that, hey, do you hear that? I'm getting kicked out by the prepare speech SGD team, so I'm going to join this slide design team. And he said yes, so I'm back. Yeah. So it is quite different from 1.5 years ago. This slide design SGD helps me. The slide design SGD 1.5 years ago helped me develop my personal studio, the slide art poster, which is this. Yeah, and that thing helped me develop into this. So it is some kind of mutual support. So I'm picking up some of the most important part I sharing outside until Toastmasters when I doing my sharing to those who are at work, those doctors, those salesmen, and those assistants of the CEOs, etc. They are the ones who need to do the slide design very, very often. So I'm picking up some of that and trying to share it with you. And my time is limited only about one and a half hours, right? 1.5 hours. So Jack we are going to share you something else, and it is also extremely interesting. And what I'm going to share is the design part, and he is doing the practical part. So let's start with this. So I'm the founder of Slide Art Posters and also the speaker of TED Taida at 2013, and also this. I will share about this later. So before I started, I would like to ask you a question. How many audience do you think a venue could have? Okay, let me change my question. In a speech, how many audience you think a speech can have? How many audience? So okay, let's doing some estimation. So think of your question and think of the answer inside your mind. Did you get your answer? Okay, so don't change it. Don't change it. Okay, so the number is is below, but it's exactly the same as 500. No. Above 500, please raise your hands. 500, 600, 700, 1,000. Why some people keep doing this? Okay, 1,000, 2,000. So you raise hand because, okay, so how many, what's your number? 2,000. Okay, 3,000. So what's your number? 3,000. Your?
I think maybe the whole country has.
Okay, yours?
4 million.
4 million. So you think a very big menu have 4 million?
I include the internet.
Internet. Okay, so Howard, you also think the whole country as the same as Ginny?
I was thinking about the speech of Hitler.
Hitler. Oh, it's even smarter. He used some kind of 广播 things to doing speech with his people. Okay, so when I ask the people outside here, I often ask questions like this: 你觉得一个演讲可以有多少人听？And this is the words perfectly chose in Chinese. And I also show these pictures to misleading them that is exactly the a live speech that you need to attend there. But yeah, actually, you can attend the speech when you cannot really get to the venue. You can actually see the speech by internet. So this is why I want to share with you this. When you are attending a speech or watching a speech presentation by the internet, it is the slide design skills is getting more and more important. For example, this is TED, and this speech is delivered by Bill Gates, not me, Bill Gates. And Bill Gates is sharing his idea about energy. I think that it is a speech of 2010, right? 2010 here, 2010. And if he came to Taiwan, maybe he can sharing some other ideas about the nuclear power. But that's not the point. The point is, Bill Gates' speech is Bill Gates is wealthy, and he came to the TED headquarters to deliver his speech. And imagine that the headquarters has many audience, about 10,000, right? Let's imagine it's very big. But actually, this speech has more than 2 million and 669,000 people. Okay, great. You guys English is better than me. Okay, so this number is exactly the same, is almost the same as the people in Taipei City. So even the candidate of Taipei City's mayor doesn't have these numbers of his citizens to see his campaign speech. So it is a very effective speech that you can hear that his power of this the speech inside the screen. Okay, so this is TED. The other thing is called SlideShare. SlideShare is even more interesting. It is a presentation without a speaker. If you are, I'm Bill, and I'm not Bill Gates, so I'm not as famous as him, but I can also do the presentation without all the venue things. I can also upload the slide, and then it will going to have a lot of people to see this. So this is the preparing speech presentations SGD before. I used to use this to sharing inside the SGD. And the whole audience, including, I held this about 3 times. And all the audience, we added together about 100. Okay, 100. About 20 plus 20 plus 20 and plus 48. Okay, so it is about 100. But when you upload to the internet, you can see there's about 50,000 people watching this. And the SlideShare is very interesting. He told me that 50,000, do you know what 50,000 is? It is the same as the people's number in Monaco. And where is Monaco? Do you know what is Monaco, right? The English name is Monaco. Okay. So Monaco, the people inside Monaco is I don't know where Monaco is, but they told me that it is exactly the place that Iron Man drive his how to say that F4 race F4 方程式赛车 inside the movie in Iron Man 2, and it is also the place of gambling and washing the money. So it is a very interesting place, and he told me that, and I'm very glad. So this is actually the second thing I want to share. So during these 2 things, we can see that the power of visual language is much better than the audio language. So we speak because you can hear that, but we can show you how the presentation is, then you can actually watching this, and seeing is also the power of believing. So this is the 2 things I would like to share with you. So when you're hearing this, you might wondering, so this is how this is related to SGD today? Well, what I'm going to tell you is about some basic ideas of slide design, which is some logical design decision you can do. And then you will have some chance to really doing that. So let's start with this. So the basic concept, the number one part, is very, very simple. It's about 5 minutes. But inside these 5 minutes, you need to pay a lot of attention in this because it is the most basic part inside the slide design. Okay? So there are a lot of things happen in a presentation. But things inside the presentation, if you notice that, then it might be something, I will call it information, signal to you. And for this signal, we can also divide it into two kinds of signal. First, if the signal is logic related, and it is also related to your purpose, and I will call it the information. Okay, if the signal is not logical related, and it is not related to your purpose, then I will call it noise. So we can divide it into this concept into two kinds. So this is signal, and it has two kinds, the information and the noise. Okay? So we will develop into a concept called effective information. Effective information is exactly equals to how do we say? Okay, so I subtract the information from the, I subtract, what? How to say this?
Information and noise.
Information, what?
And noise.
Yeah, I subtract information from noise, or I subtract noise from information. How do I say this? What? I subtract noise from information. Yeah. Okay. So I subtract noise from information, and I get effective information. Okay, thank you all. So it is pretty nature to speak in Chinese, but I say subtract noise from information is kind of weird. Okay, so you can understand this. So it is the differences between the two. Okay, so what we are doing inside the presentation is we want to maximize the effective information. So all the things you did, all the design decision you made is to maximize the effective information. Okay, so here's the thing. These are, here's the logic about design. So what you really do inside the design decision is like this. Okay, is this thing information? Yes, so I want to maximize it. Okay, is this thing a noise? Yes, so I want to minimize it. So all the things you can develop into 1,000 or 100 decisions about, oh, this is information, okay, maximize it, and this is noise, okay, I will minimize it, just like this. So it is all the things you did inside the design. Okay, so I will focus. Design has the two parts about one slide design and the multiple organization of the presentation. I will focus on the single design about today since the time limitation. So I will focus on the single slide design today. So here is the basic idea. I say information and noise. And during these two elements, we can divide it into three kinds way to maximize the effective information. The first is visual focus. Focus means we also we try to maximize the information, and meanwhile, we also do the minimize to the noise. And about the visual impact, we only trying to maximize the information. And about the visual flow, we want to minimize the noise. Okay, so this is three kinds of pattern. So when the others told you that what is visual focus, what is visual impact, what is visual flow, it is the combination between these two. And we will directly see the example how these things actually do. So first, what's the problem of this kind of slide? Too boring. Okay, so how to fix it?
Divide it into 4 slides.
Divide into 4 slides. Anyone else want to respond to him?
4 slides, the final and the conclusion.
So, different opinion?
First one is the picture.
Picturize it. Okay, and then? So Howard and Sophia has opinions. Anyone want to share your opinions? Or ideas? Don't say opinion, ideas. Okay, so my ideas is basically basically the same as Howard. And about Sophia's idea, I will tell you about that later. Okay, so you are thinking faster than the course. Okay, so about this, the first thing is you can divide it into different page of presentation, such like this, and keeping one thing in mind in your mind, that is one single slide, one single point. Let me repeat this: one single slide, one single point, and then you may add how to say this, navigation page or something, and preface, right? Okay, preface. Any better translation about this?
Locomotion.
Locomotion.
Oh.
Introduction. Okay, introduction is the best word. Okay, the introduction page. Yeah. Thank you. Introduction page. Introduction page. And the introduction page can say like this. Okay, the following things I would like to share with you is about 4 things. First is about blah blah blah. Second is blah blah blah. Third is blah blah blah. And the fourth is blah blah blah. And then you follow this 4 page. That would be much better than you crowded everything inside a single slide. Okay, so what's the problem with this page?
Oh my god. It's full of medicine.
It's hard for audience to focus on the points. So it's too complicated.
Too many levels
Too many
of subtitles.
Okay, so too many what?
Level. Subtitles.
2 levels, subtitle. Anyone want to share your idea?
It's a book, not a slide.
Okay, a book. And then?
Like too many, how to say, symbols.
Symbols, okay. So this is important things here, and important things 2, important 3. Okay. So the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, try to minimize the level of your slide. What is the concept of level? Let's see this. Okay, including the topic and the title, subtitle, I don't know how to do this. The first thing, the thing under the first thing, and the thing under the first thing. Okay, so I don't know how to say this. In legal words, that is 条项款目 and then blah 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 blah. Okay, so there are many levels, and when we are delivering a speech, in our experiences, the maximum is about 1 level, level 1, just like this. Okay, so I would like to share my speech with you. I would like to share 3 stories. First is about blah blah blah, and second is about blah blah blah. If you're telling a speech, it's like just like this. I'm going to tell you a story. The story 1.1 is about blah blah blah. 1.2 is about blah blah blah. And I believe you cannot live beyond 1.3 or 1.2. You're going to fall asleep and don't know what the speaker wants to try to convey. So this is speech. And also, according to our experiences, if you are doing a document, which is something written inside Word or Pages, then the maximum level is about to level 5. And the slide is somewhere between them 2. So this is, if you are designing a slide, then the maximum level is about level 3. This is not some kind of rules that you cannot design your slide beyond level 3. But I'm trying to suggest that you're trying to narrow down your level of your slide. So if you are trying to deliver something that is extremely complicated, such as you are trying to teach something just like your college professor did, then you can try to do this. You put the details into the references, and you also try to minimize the level of your slide. So back to this question, how can we do about this? there are a lot of things here. So first, here are the titles and subtitles. We can send them, okay, not here. So here, two detailed things, you can first eliminate it and it become the handout or the reference information. And then you can send these titles and subtitles to another page, just like the introduction page I just said. And then there are things 1 and things 2, and item 1 and item 2, and I can also send item 2 to another page. So these are only 2 things left, and I put it back to the subtitle part. And inside this page, we will focus only in one thing with 2 important parts. So that would be much, much better than the design before. And it can be much better. It can also be much better, yeah, of course. But this is, we are trying to better it, and this is better than the original one. So when it comes to this is the thing we are all usually doing inside our slide. These are pictures, these are some descriptions, and these are titles. And the slide I showed you before is only about words, but we all know that if your slide only contains words, then your slide would be some kind of disaster. So you can also use pictures. So let's talk about pictures. When you mention about pictures, then what you can do is to first maximize your picture, such as this. And then trying to using this, so this picture is much bigger than before, but about the visual flow, it is not smooth enough. Your man sees here and then go back to here, it is some kind of annoying. So you can change the orientation, such like this. So you can let the figures inside see your title. And also, if the pictures beyond your words is too complicated, then you can also use the things, I would like to call it the shadow. The shadows to cover the background. And this shadow will help you make your words much, much clearer on it. Okay, so the final thing I want to share in the part one is this. When we are doing some design, you will focus on the pictures and the words here.